Bro, Charlie. Say kotoko ne jadem. E jadem anye easy. Enra 4 former Asante Kotoko players. William Opoku Mensah, Richmond Agadas, and Richard Agadas, Onumpodo were captain, and the Kumi, and Solomon Safutela. Enra was Asante Kotoko space in so, and William Opoku Mensah there, or no, Benji, and a year interview was Sports Obama TV, so wait to make a interview, no, or no, tre Ogum, on any year, Juma Kakra or UCC, no, for 4 years, and no tre Ogum Subai. On na me ye juma okotoko on na ye juma also in a lecturer sabo ball under him ewo UCC as what church him na nsema o maka no tema ade ne hu papa na was going forward no nyama sesa na no ena se Obed o oyerepa ena striker Obia nim striker. Omo di deep analysis na utimu se nyema bi esisi kura in Ogum first coming no. Afi na striker etumi ade. Eyim na ye best starting to say Obed and narrate how Kotoko players na nro mo kasa ya no. Odi omo narration ne footwo de ma Ogum. Ena obojibo striker ayeden ababe chichemu nyama SSC kura ni ade ne nso de problem e ha Kotoko nti bomode ana de etie na waba ne subscribe ese e ba be dijuma wa ha I'm telling you ye be dijuma e wa ha say papa ye be ka football no ye be boa mama ye nie ene be ya me team Kotoko wo say ye first some other teams ni na ayeden ayeye ti subscribe na interview no.
Let's say Agadas Safutela any Kumi. But initially Agadas ne any Kumi.
And Safutela too.
Yes, Safutela kasa for almost 20 minutes. But na me Kumi na me firm die. The guys omokasa. We should look at whether the omokani and okra na aza entro. As to why they are talking no. When you listen to Agadas, that he made wild allegations about Coach Ogum. Yes. To the extent that Coach Ogum, one way or the other, was fighting his national team call-up.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Because no, after Ofri Kotoko call, also Ofri Kotoko call the Galaxies, Black Galaxies. The one and only and all career Juma. So he was assistant coach. And Agadas at the point, was informed, according to the Okano, was informed by some players that so per national team now free Ogum panicha answer. So he had to call Ogum to beg him say, "Oh, they are any be on fan channel. Send Yabema the chant team no on your obstacle to his call up." Also according to Agadas, Agadas said consistently onya Ogum necro be share be say then or yen because also omukobo ASEC Champions League and after that no ba Ghana na could train or pajo. Also drew her or chia coach and her mumpo. Emana said hon crano affair. So the indications about coach in any relationship, some of the words the coach even used on him whilst he was playing for Kotoko. I'll say one of the game was against Karela na or Yare. So he had to take injections to play the game. And with the red card, Mekai's game, I think that was the 5th game Kotoko boy and the Ogum ended 0-0. And that red card no the yellow dada. It ended in a draw. No the yellow dada. But the second yellow near counter or chechera kwano and the red card. Or say after the game, no, the kind of words Ogum used on him, especially a player who named say wawo panye ne dia kobono. Now as a coach now show appreciation. Oh, there be said one or the other actually how committed he is. But coach now show appreciation. So Utien seminar it shows that it had a lot. Then Andy Kumi also on to the extent that describing the famous Patrick Asmane coach Ogum and Tokwano, what really happened. The coach West now used on asthma a respond there a lead to a Montoka or dressing room.
And a Kumi is on his way.
Kumi swear to coin. Obobo. But Uti the Omokana, Agadas said that Asem Wina Shed Muache. And he's looking for, he has always been looking for a platform to ask the coach, said, then why no?
And he thinks that this is the right time for him to.
Well, that is his. Oh, no, that is.
So the question is not for you.
Me.
No, you think that is the right time for him to explode?
Is it Obu's
Not to explode.
A rhetorical question.
What kind of side of the story?
I saw all kind of side now. Many sure so Ogum will come out and respond to.
But what kind of side of the story?
By the end of the day, Obed, what
cannot say clearly. The fans should one or the other ask critical questions. Say play a back. Now the modern bono all of a sudden start to take off from one. And yet the Biana we should go at the play because sometimes within inside. And no maybe a DA players maybe me soon sumunya dia modern body be doom automatic. And from common Taylor, Kumi and Agadas, what I realized that and yes Ogum Asasa, just that back then there were people to solve the issues. Utie Agadas, Utie and the Kumia. There were instances they mentioned other man members assemble bro moswa no mo call money mo kasa Emma omni kasa nso enya hwe. So they were fixing the issues. But the Intiama we are exploding from my conclusion, this is my opinion. Say in the IMC coach, Akwesi Appiah is not around. Ima handle administrative affairs. Nana Prinkre around. Till back then, maybe I will have you betting my Konanaya, betting my David, betting my Frey even Denta, betting my Dasuberi, our secretariat. This time the players were not having people to speak to. Intiakwaya say, Ubia Ogumaka Simbia Hanibia na Oma form an alliance. Clearly that was the difference because you sense some more cano a different from the Titan and saying no. Just that back then people were managing it. People were acting like fathers to players nibia no more feel say ebia the coach now
mediator.
Yes, there were people like that. But this time around now I say Otuwania it comes back to the same person. Do you get it? Come back to the same person.
So decided to be me.
Why now? Why say oh can be actually? Why now? Oh can't actually na man esu Good. So one word the Adam so two I think say to get the best out of Ogum, there should be people above him. A do their dance and they will come in because we no enema could do fikesi no. But back then I could do fikesi because ebi ekoto PR enim ebi akoto CEO enim because Safutela e kan instances where one na ya akokasa na kasa wo enye hwe nti onye obi ode nani to ne so ema emfa one de ekoso no.
Are you suggesting say because there were people around you was still there Nana Penkai then cry sometimes he's around why would these guys not go to them? Ebi a we mu na and decided say they will see the third party or conversely or this time around, now Obi and Timin could order Ogum to come and listen. Because this time he's at the same level with you. But first he was a coach. So probably a chairman or somebody could call him. So play ask him or the other two and him. How do we solve it?
Exactly. So from that indication, and yes, the kind of things I acted from some of the players every Kotokon, different from what these players are saying.
Okay.
They were not questioning his tactics. None of them did no question how coach, it coachy. All they were saying is that
people
the human relationship and how sometimes okasa cheromono. And yet these are mature people. For instance, now or make it the asthma case. So he used the word stupid. That is what Andy Kumi kind
on
asthma. Okay. Now asthma, according to Andy Kumi, be or man or a big man or two kwan waba. So if you use such a word
nice.
Even if he's a player, it's kind of harsh. Yeah, Juma for respect is something that it should be mutual. What you say? So that is the allegation. That is the allegation. So it looks like there were issues the first time he won the league.
Okay.
It wasn't a smooth one, but there were people because Appiah Aka, Agadas Aka, Kumi, then Taylor. And they even mentioned other players. They don't want to draw other players in, but there are other players. So more kasa. they might say more because other players went through more. I know it will also be the other side. There will definitely be players who are no more microphone. And you remember Tuama Ogum say Nisunipa or Mumu be done. But the difference is that people were managing these issues. His human relations, people were managing it and fixing it compared to this time around. That is what I think. Yeah.
Baby na kotoko asem kopie mo manhia na opim so no address MC players as management was boy me mobi me am mo 6 me mo 7 eso asem ba na ye me de mo yakura menim de mo yakura menim until it come back to omo with information ko and nsem mo ka fatim no to the great king. That is where the problem is. So to me there many opportunity I get a little closer to Coach Ogum. Because I say the second day at work, Emma. The second day at work, ewo Asante Kotoko. Menini shia ewo ayi. Menini shia ewo another hotel. Ti didi nkoma fine. Utie ensem na ekoso no ne ba bia anwom ekeka kwa. It looks like coach ni feel say obi share sabotage no. So when the decisions now, yes. And this time around, you know, on say over full control, and I keep on saying this. Se mini Obed nyasem never told general manager anymore. Aside information I will gather no. Ejina yemi enu so see ebe convince o. So what the mention say. But ye dey you na ba kwa convince o. It was the first ne kwesi obu o ha wasem ba fo asem ko don dey na no dey. Asem no di for kra na wan hwe na okotenete na ma asem no wadi bem. So on wasem America no. Ogum was a nice man. And we to uni ni din koma hu say professional wafa no onim de oye. But me kai say when I start here, no akosra all players, no coach chief imam, no koha no koha. Meninya even am catch say coach. Ade a wo ye a won kwa wo ye. It looks like even when you are going, management are not aware, and one day to create a problem. And me kai say bema boda. The day the technical committee, the board technical committee on the board, any Nana Amponsa is share on the appointment of Coach Ogum. Me can wahane say only one person on the technical committee supported the appointment of Ogum. Nipa ba ko pe and the support. All others were against the appointment of Ogum. But that time so delay. Until at a point the CEO use force and they appoint Ogum. It created a big problem, and that was one of the decisions I would take here. So at a point, ko lose na juma asko to go see you. Penifo be ne bemo. Eti okaya akotoko first league game with Dr. Ogum against Dreams FC. Se wo say video na time a omo take am share second goal no. Se wo say they no mo see celebrate was stance ni ma. It tells you something. I said the omo take time bomb so. Team New World Dubai, no, there was very good relationship. Fine, they had their challenges, but how Ogum was able to manage it. Our more preseason, no more Dubai. But at a point, so to the cover problem in Dubai, and say, and that has been quite a problem. Yeah. I will keep on saying this. And if baby free baby started, he can't say go masum. Some of them were old players of the club. Some of them were past management members of the club. It changing Ogum attitude towards the management. If there is one coach or Bakotoka, because Ogum no wafa.
Yeah.
He was earning 6,000 Ghana cedis.
Sir.
Yes. From 6,000 to 4,000 US dollars. And the kind of support I will from management, you know. It was say anytime I issue baby no, I'm nipa bo wa mutimi frame. Oh, ebia we hash on the code. No. me feel say as a coach see Enyina Park so nche players how to play very good, but as a manager there is a problem.
Okay.
No matter I say. Our mama I am say bibi I want me hide. This is the only time. But this year you can't market 21st 22nd year. Because one of the biggest motivation for players is to tobe mo music ako. Ti etua mo match bonus, ye etua mo monthly salary. Players na ni beji. Na se yes anyoma we nyina na still be ma boda. Emfa. Na da bia no there is a problem between the coach and the players. Na say unhia so be kokotoko team no man say no say problem o. The first press conference, major press conference of Dr. Prosper Ogum, when they call the senior players of the team as politicians. Maybe I can't know. Say, and no one actually say there is a big problem between the coach and the players. Yeah. And ye who ya see best akọ after omo visit to Menchia, help him so stepping in no. Mizoto, omo ko training grounds or church players no. Ye who the facial year of upon Mukwala any other players when no gmuchi. And at a point on one catch players ne say wajene mfom so to boni bia waye omo bia no omo fanche no. Okay. No mo nyina sante kodoko. Enti we issue ni nyina na the biggest challenge now who manages Asante Kodoko as a football.
Who manages the manager?
Yes, and no is about a problem.
All right.
Bro, Charlie. Say Kotoko ne jadem. E jadem and easy. Enra 4 former Asante Kotoko players. William Opoku Mensah, Richmond Agadas, and Richard Agadas, Onumpodo were captain, and the Kumi, and Solomon Safutela. Enra was Asante Kotoko space in so, and William Opoku Mensah there, or no, Benji, and a year interview was Sports Obama TV, so wait, Makwa could interview no, or no, Ogum, on any year, Jumakakra or UCC no, for 4 years. And no che Ogum subai one na me ye juma okotoko one ne ye juma also in lecturer o sabo under him ewo UCC as what church na nsema o maka no tema ade ne hu papa na was going forward no nyama sesa na no and I say Obed o oyerepa ena striker obi anim striker omo di deep analysis na utimu ze nyema bi esisi kura in Ogum first coming no afina striker etinya dey eyim na ye best start me say Obed and narrate how Kotoko players na no mo kasa ya no o de omo narration ne football de ma Ogum ena obojibo striker ayeden ababe titremu nyama esasisi kura ni ade ne nso de problem I have Kotoko nti bomode ana de etie na waba no subscribe if you be dijuma wa ha I'm telling you you be dijuma e wa ha say papa you be ka football no you be boa mama ye nie and be ya me team Kotoko wo say ye first some other teams ni na ayeden ayeye ti subscribe na ibian ko yenti interview no